On Friday, we left you somewhat hanging in Ebonyi State. We're going back to Ebonyi State, but not to continue with the crisis between Amaseri and Osoeda. But we'll pause that story. Now, today, being Monday, there was this town hall held in Ebonyi State between some landlords. In a particular area, Ebonyi State government is handling a project. But I'm not the one that will tell you about it. We have in Ebonyi State, in Abakaliki, waiting for us, Amechi Odo. Amechi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barry.
So, how was your day?
My day has been fine.
It's good to know. Now,
Okay.
did this town hall achieve progress? Was there progress at all from this town hall, from what you witnessed?
Yes. There is progress. In fact, I just left the hall to actually go home and assemble my report for further dissemination. And as at the point I left, both the governor and the landlords were engaging each other in a more positive, robust, and fruitful way. I used fruitful because the landlords have actually expressed themselves, and all the contributors aligned themselves plan of development, expand the which of course is located at the capital city of Abakaliki, running from the very popular function which all of Yamani, but popularly known as Indo Junction to Vanco Junction. Then from Vanco Junction up to Buja Road, terminating at One Point Junction. I said that the places that will be affected are Spera Indo Junction down to Vanco, Vanco to Ebonyi, Vanco to Hosanna Park and Ojo-Were, then Vanco to Union Bank. Of course, you know that the project being talked about is a signature project, is a landmark project, as Governor, has always referred to it, and it has double deck. Is a flyover with a tunnel. The flyover has double deck, and you have a tunnel of about 700 meters. Now, what is the issue? What informed the town hall? Barry, are you there?
I'm with you.
Good. So, what informed the town hall? What informed the town hall is that the government noticed that from the road design, that Ogoja Province, of course, Ogoja Province, from what we learned, designed Abakaliki. Then it was under East Central State.
Yeah.
So the province designed Abakaliki municipal. But from the design and what has happened now, a lot of persons have built structures on top of or on the spaces, provided as setbacks. Now these setbacks are measured to be 10 meters. 10 meters from the gutters, and it is on the two sides. But people encroached, built structures, and they were originally designed to accommodate, water pipes and electricity. And again, also for, safe driving and to minimize accident, because when you build very much close to the road, there's every possibility that a vehicle that developed mechanical faults and maybe, veers off the road can plunge into a structure that is, too close to the road.
Yes.
So the standard has been that you give a space of 10 meters, from the road when you are raising your structure. But this was not adhered to, as some of the landlords actually encroached from what the governor said. So, but he said that he's running a welfarist, administration, and has chosen to listen to the people. Maybe they can come up with ideas and suggestions on how to maneuver the project of how to handle it so that there won't be demolition or there won't be much demolition. Now, he said that if in event that government carries out demolition, then he's going to pay compensation. That he's going to pay compensation, that already the government has completed the payment of compensation for those whose property, were affected at Vanco Junction when the, laid foundation for the double deck and tunnel, infrastructure that are there. So that informed the town hall. Now, opportunities were given to the landlords to, express themselves, and virtually all of them supported it, but they pleaded with the government to actually look into the value of the structures that will be affected and pay compensation in tandem, with the, present economic realities, so that maybe they can use the money to raise structures elsewhere. Now, some other landlords suggested to the government not to abide by the standard regulations of road construction, which is that each lane should be 7.3 meters, gutter will take a meter, walkway will take a meter, then you have another 2 meters, from the walkway. So all these joined together will give you 10 meters, which they actually encroached on. So the governor said, that is the rule, that is the standard, and he will just study or look into the suggestions and see what he can do. But he expressed joy that all the landlords supported the developmental stride of his administration, and he promised that he will handle it in such a way that everyone will be happy. Because he actually considered to the fact that those structures, the structures that are affected and which will be demolished, actually made Abakaliki, or gave Abakaliki the status of a capital city. That when the federal government was considering Ebonyi state as a state, of course they looked at the viability of the capital city, and those structures gave Abakaliki the economic viability that the federal government under the military regime of Abacha was looking for then. So, on that note, the town hall came to an end. Okay. So we are now waiting for the government to tell us when the compensation will start. They said there will be enumeration, evaluation, and so on and so forth. And those to benefit from the compensation will follow due process of going to probate to generate a letter of administration. For those who have lost the original owners, of such property, they have to go to probate and process their papers, generate letter of administration, then compensation will be paid. Good, okay. So that is where we are.
All right, that sounds good. Except I don't want to be a spoiled sport, but I noticed something while you were talking. Now, years later, imagine that the road has been constructed and the governor concedes not to take the standard measurement, which is best practices globally, and reduces the measurement. It will be the same group of people that will be saying when this road was constructed, it should have been a bit wider. But now they are suggesting that because of their property, something should be done. I think sometimes we should think of posterity and how things should be done for the good of the people, not just for our selfish gains. Now, quickly, before
let me cut in before you continue. You just rephrased the comment made by governor, because he was asking one of them who actually put up that suggestion, a hotel owner. In fact, the man has a giant hotel located at Ebonyi junction there, and he asked the man, okay, whether you want the road to be of a standard measurement at Banco side, then on getting to Ebonyi, it will come narrow, to 6.3 meters or there. And the man said yes, and everyone started laughing.
Okay.
That was the selfish, suggestion, because his property is involved.
It is. I need to let you go now, Amechi Odo. But I'm looking forward to hear more concerning the reactivation of Nigercem, but not today, because from what I gathered, the committee will just be inaugurated. So then when we get the charge, that's when I want to talk about it, because I know that the talk about reactivation of Nigercem at Nkalago has been going on like forever.
Yes.
So that's when, after the inauguration and we get the charge, that's when we want to talk about it. But I'm sure all that will happen within this week. So I'll be reaching out to you.
Barry, before you run away, let me just say that they have inaugurated the committee.
And what was the charge?
The governor told us we were not, giving pre-information about the inauguration, but he came into the town hall and announced that he had just inaugurated a committee on Nigercem, and that was actually what delayed him, because the town hall meeting was supposed to start by
11 or 12.
Yes,
okay.
but they started a few minutes after 2. So
okay.
It has been inaugurated. Perhaps we get details and we talk more on that.
Definitely we will. So thank you very much. Amechi, as always, you're always on point. Thank you very much.
We will be there. SLTV TV. News in your pocket.